Cue dramatic music. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Dynasty Hotseat, the only Dynasty show out there that is a certified inferno. And today we're back once again with the worst team ever. It's the worst team ever. If you don't know what this is, a couple of weeks ago, I took over Orphan Dynasty team, one that was in need of a lot of love. I've been working really hard to try and improve this team, get it back on its feet. But actually, it's not just been me. In fact, I'm just the messenger. It's been you guys watching these videos that have been pulling the strings behind the scenes, telling me which moves I should be making. So right now, you watching this video, if you're a new viewer, you've got the chance to be part of this amazing rebuild. All you gotta do, comment down what you think the moves I should be making are. Check it out, see if you like it, see if you got any ideas. If you haven't already, hitting that like and that subscribe. We're along the way to 1,000. I did have a goal, hopefully by the end of April, if we could get all the way up to 600. That's going to be pretty tricky to do, I think. I think we're on like 530 or something like that. If we get to 600 by the end of April, that would be immense. And it's all down to you watching right now if you haven't hit that subscribe button. So that would be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's dive right in and see what's been going on in the league. It's been 2 weeks. Not much has happened, you'll see. So I didn't have too much to report last week, so I thought I'd give it another week to marinate and see what's going on. So let's pull up and see what's happened. As you can see, last time we know that I sent a message saying, hey, all looking to sell my 201 for extra picks if anyone is interested. And I know from the last video in the comments, Chris was saying, I wonder, can we get, a mid-second and a late second for that 201? Mark was saying, actually, we could just hold it until, the draft is over because that'll increase the value even more of that 201 pick. I mean, either way, we've had nothing back about that really. So at the minute, we're kind of forced to hold unless we want to get really aggressive with that 201 pick. I don't know what you guys think. We could get super aggressive with it and try to push it on aggressively. Let me know in the comments if you think we should be really trying to push that 201 out. 2 players added to the trade block, DeAndre Swift and Devontae Adams. An older receiver, probably not someone that we want to target for a rebuild. And running backs as well, probably not somebody that we want to target. Let me know if you disagree, but for the rebuild we're in, probably not people we want to target. Let's have a look at some of the trades that we have. Now, we have an incoming trade. We got pretty close to, after I finished recording the last video, I have let Nathaniel know that I'm sitting on it as well for a little while. We had some outgoing trades to Nomad and to Mr. Buckeye as well. Now, CA Buckeye, I think he did say to us that he was going to think about it, marinate it, maybe wait a little while until after the draft. So we might pull that one back and come back to it later, but he did respond to us about that. Nomad has been chatting a little bit more as well, which is great. Hasn't really said much about this trade though in the last 24 days. We maybe have to circle back to that. Now, we did get a trade from Nathaniel though. Let's have a little look at that. Nathaniel is saying to us he'll give us Kyle Phillips, who, I don't know if Nathaniel watches the Dynasty Hotseat. He knows I've got a soft spot for Kyle Phillips. He must know. But I think with Kyle Phillips now being in Tennessee with Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins, even me, the most fierce believer in Kyle Phillips, I've got to pump the brakes on any kind of fantasy production at all, which he wasn't even doing anyway. But he's also offering his 2024 second and the 2024 third and a 2024 fourth, and he wants JK Dobbins and the second. What do you guys think? Will that be the pinned comment? I'll make that the pinned comment. Pretty cut and dry for me, but we'll see if you guys agree with me. But I think this is a pretty easy one. Yeah, let's cut the bullshit, right? We're going to reject this, right? But give me something that we can counter with, because this is not an offer we can accept. We can't give up our draft picks to get worse draft. Yeah, I don't quite fully understand it, to be honest with you. I don't fully get it. So what could we counter with? Does Nathaniel have anything that we like the look of? Running backs, again, they'll be tricky. We're not really sure. Jalen Waddle is there we like the look of, probably, right? Mike Wilson, he's an interesting guy. Christian Watson, he's got some potential, right? Marvin Mims, got potential. Kincaid's definitely potential there. And draft picks, he's got our 101 from this year, which is brilliant. He's got the 1-4, he's got the 110, he's got the 112, he's got loads of picks. That's good. So the 24-second that he's sending out is the 204. But he is asking for us to send, R21, which doesn't really make sense to me, to be honest. It doesn't fully make sense. So is there anything that we think we could ask for JK Dobbins? Could we counter with saying, you know what? Just give me the 204. Forget the rest. Let's keep it simple. Give me the 24, or give me the 27 and the 38 for JK Dobbins. Something like that. Maybe get more picks involved. What do you think we should counter this with? Because I don't think many of you are going to be saying that we should accept it. If you think we should, please let me know. Remember, this show is all about you, so please do let me know. But yeah, I'd love it if you could give me a counter for this offer. That'd be great. All right, let's get into some of those messages. We messaged Bill's Mafia 24 days ago, and if you remember, it was the wording was all weird, right? Can you remember that? Where we thought he was asking for that 111 for Cousins. I know Astronomical was asking, could we get the 111? We kind of covered that, where it was a bit of a Bills Mafia. It's sort of, we had a crossing of wires in terms of communication. He wasn't quite saying that he would give 111. He was kind of asking me if I meant 111. It was all a bit confusing. I don't think, sadly, we can get the 111 from Bills Mafia for Kirk Cousins. But I still think we could maybe get something. So we did message him 24 days ago. I'll message him again, and we'll see if we can bump that up a little bit more, shall we? Cool. So just said, I'm just checking in. Hopefully he sees that okay. Now, Aselmo's the guy that has Justin Fields. We tried to get Daniel Jones in a deal with Justin Fields. He's not really feeling it. We did ask then. He did ask me about Kirk Cousins. I said, I'd ask you guys, what are we going to do about Kirk Cousins? And the comments, amazing. Absolutely love it. One of the most popular things that I've seen from Astronomical, Cheesehead, Kyle, Jeremy, all saying, can we get Justin Fields and a first-round pick for Kirk Cousins? I love that. I think we should ask Aselmo about that. Okay, I've sent the message saying people are loving the idea of getting Fields plus a first for Kirk Cousins. Is that doable for you, Aselmo? Let's do it. And yeah, while we're messaging Aselmo, Dylan also said that could we get a deal with a first and Christian Kirk involved? Aselmo also owns Christian Kirk, so I've dropped that in there too. Now, while we're on the topic of Kirk Cousins, John has mentioned that we should try and get our 2025 first back. And in fact, Chris is saying we should do anything we possibly can to get that 25 first back. Now, Nomad has been much better getting back to us, which is great. So I can't remember if I've fully gone through this whole thing or not, but it's been a little while. So let's go through again. Nomad said, are we going to get more picks and stuff for next year or what? Yeah, we are. Yeah, definitely. He's got a lot of picks and a younger team. There's probably a few directions he could go. He would like T, but maybe Trey, Tucker, and Cousins to pair with Pitts. But he could also be talked into trading Pitts if we wanted to pair him with Cousins. Interesting. He's got all weekend, so let's work it out. We asked about Wan'Dale and DeMario. He said he'd want an early to mid-third or a mid-second for both of those people. So would we be willing to pay a third for Wan'Dale Robinson or DeMario Douglas? Let me know in the comments, because he's available. He'd probably want an early second for Jameson Williams. He doesn't know that he wants to trade him yet. Fair enough. And he probably wants a late first for Reed or Rice. He'd be more likely to trade Rice, though, especially after what's happened. Rice could be an interesting target after what's happened. I wonder if we could wrangle something else out of it because of the driving incident with Rashee Rice. Could we get something other than a first round pick for him? We could ask the question. What do you think? Rondale will be a mid-third. And yeah, he says he loves the idea of the videos, which is great. Thank you so much. He wants to help keep building the team. So let's do it. I said, so the main target in the comments is my 2025 first. People have been asking about it for a while. Rice and Kyle Pitts. Said, is there any way to use Higgins in a deal for those guys? He says he's interested in Higgins and Schultz, but he's not too sure about the target share. Fair enough. He may be interested in 25, 26 picks. I was like, what about a deal involving Higgins for a 25 first? I said, yeah. Are you trying to keep your 201 to trade back with it? I said, yes, or just using it as a piece if you wanted more picks this year, or we could potentially do the 2-1 for my first next year. Being super sneaky with that one. Now, that was 7 days ago. I'll just check in again with Nomad saying, hey, with Kirk Cousins, would you be interested getting this 2025 first for Kirk Cousins? I think we can maybe offer that straight up. Yeah. Okay. Send him a message. Hopefully he'll get back to us soon. But yeah, it'd be great to get that first back for sure. Next up, Saitama. We've not heard from him for, a little over 2 weeks. So we'll just bump another message to him to send, what's good. Still trying to ship off some more players. And yes, yeah, Buckeye, I knew he had a reason for leaving that trade there. He had another trade cooking, so I'll just message him back saying, any word on the other trade? What's going on? See if we can move Dalton Schultz to him. Well, if we check back in with my guy Rye as well here. If you remember the last video, I sort of said everyone's for sale. Feel free to fire over offers. And I said, you still interested in Schultz? He says, yeah, but more interested in Kirk. So it's like, we could do a deal for both. He's like, yeah, for sure. What is the cost? I said, I'll have to ask. But say people want Kirk for a first round pick and a second for Schultz. Says he doesn't think he can pay first and seconds. Yeah, so he's saying maybe a deal with Dotson, basically. He doesn't have any offers right now, but he can always counter. I said, let me ask the question in the next video. So he said, all right, for sure. No problem. Well, I hope that means for sure, not the other thing FS means. But yeah, I think it means for sure. So let me know if you guys see an offer here that we could put forward for a guy like Schultz or a guy like Kirk Cousins. So I'm guessing the guys with a lock next to him, no point even asking about. Devontae I spoke about earlier. Cheek Ferguson, Javonte Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, Romeo Dobbs. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Why is this undefined next to him? That's weird. Is that his nickname or is that a glitch? I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on. Mariota, we don't want. Trubisky, we don't want. Patterson, we don't want. Sanders, we sold already, so we don't want him back. Lockett, we probably don't want. Chark, we don't want. Berrios, Jefferson. Dotson's the guy we're interested in, right? So Dotson, Ertz, we sold already. Hurst, probably not really interested in these tight ends. So Dotson's the real only guy that I can see there outside of some of the locked players, but I assume we're not getting any of those. He would have put a lock next to them if he didn't mean that. So is anyone in the attack squad? Keaton Mitchell's an interesting prospect. No, he's got the 102, which would be sweet. Then he's got our second round pick in 25, which would be good. He's got a first round pick in 25 as well, and he's got a couple of other picks in there. Any of you guys see anything there that we could build for Kirk Cousins or we could build for Dalton Schultz? Let me know, please. All right, so on to another big talking point. Man, oh man, Daniel Jones. What the hell are we going to do with this guy? I asked the question last video, should we try and sell him? Should we hold him? What should we do? The answers were kind of all over the place. So I'm not really shocked by that because I'm not really sure what to think about Daniel Jones. Matt and Astronomical said we should probably just hold him. Dylan and Ali said we might be able to get a first from him. Cheesehead said nothing under a second for him. And John was like, go get your 25 first. So I suppose we can ask Nomad later if he's interested in Daniel Jones after the Kirk deal. And then BMU was like, take anything you can get for this guy. So the value goes from get a first round pick to take anything you can get. Let me know this. Okay, this is a tactic I've used before, but it is super risky. Super risky. Especially maybe with this league where people are a bit slower getting back. I could say on the day of the NFL draft or in 1 week's time or 14 days time, we could put a specific time date on it. Whoever has sent me the best offer for Daniel Jones, I will accept. Doesn't matter what it is. You could send me a third round pick, and if you're the best offer, I will accept. Now it is risky, but it does mean we're probably going to get Daniel Jones off our books, which might be for the best. Let me know. Do we think that is a good idea, or is that too risky? Should we do something instead, like we push him out for and offer a first to everyone for him? Should we do that instead, or should we risk it and do that sort of interesting tactic that you can use in Dynasty? Let me know what you think. That'll be in one of the comments below. Some other comments. Cheesehead saying we should try and sell Darren Waller for anything as soon as possible. We've already tried offering him out, I think, for a third. Do we just say, hey man, a fourth for Dan Waller? Anyone want to take a pop for a 31-year-old tight end? 31 is not that old for a tight end, really. So do we stoop as low as a fourth? What do you guys think? I don't know what to do with Darren Waller. I probably wouldn't buy him in any league, to be honest. But it's probably too good to release as well. In the last video, George Kittle was put up on the trade block. Dylan saying, nah, let's not go after someone like a George Kittle. Tend to agree with you there, Dylan. Next up, a guy that's been in the news recently, it's JK Dobbins, who's on our team. I asked, what should we be doing with him? And lots of people saying sell, lots of people saying hold. So it's a bit of a mixed bag with JK Dobbins here. I do like what Kev was saying. It's like, man, sometimes you've got to risk it with a team like this sometimes. And JK Dobbins might be a guy that we risk it with. He's just signed for the Chargers. So already his value has gone up, I think, from where he was to where he is now. People are thinking, I might fancy a chance at JK Dobbins. Unsure what to do with him. What I think, let's reintroduce the fact that we've got JK Dobbins to everybody else in the league, shall we? And let's see if we get any offers rolling in for him. Absolute classic move. Remove from trade block, add to trade block, gets pumped right up to the front. Any of you old enough to remember MSN Instant Messenger when you would sign in and sign out again so people would notice you signing in the bottom right? It's the same thing, isn't it? Right? Same shit. You'll notice AJ Dillon just below him there had comments talking about AJ Dillon saying we should just try and get rid of him for maybe a third round pick. Is that something that we could just offer him out to everybody? I mean, let's just go the classic. We just did it. Let's do it again, right? Take him off, put him back on again. So he'll pop right up for everyone to see. If we don't get any offers for AJ Dillon, do we do the classic? Let's just offer him out to every single person in the league, send a trade offer, just like we're about to do for one guy coming up. So in the comments, we were talking a little bit about Gardner Minshew. Dylan was saying it'd be great to get a second for Gardner Minshew. I agree. I think that's about his value. I was like, should we just offer him out to every single team for a second round pick? He's like, let's do it. All right, this will be fun. Let's do it. Let's get Gardner Minshew offered out to everyone for a second round pick and see what bites we get, shall we? Wanty doesn't have any second round picks. Yeah, he doesn't have any. Can't offer it to Wanty, sorry. He's got the 211. I think I'm going to offer a 25 instead because the 211 is basically a third round pick. Two hits right on the edge, but I think it's fine. Boom. There we go. Send out to everyone Gardner Minshew for a second round pick. Some people have got better deals than others, but there's not much we can do. And as you can see, JK Dobbins and AJ Dillon both on the trade block again. Dylan also mentioned, can we use some of our 2026 first round picks and cash them in for some more, recent picks? I mean, let's have a look. We do have quite a lot of picks in 2026. We got 1, 2, 3 first round picks there. We don't have any in 25. So I know we want that 25 first, so we could use that 26 first as part of it to get there. What do you think the value is for a random 2026 first round pick in terms of picks this year? What do you guys think? That will be a comment below. What can we use these 2026 first round picks for? Or do we just save them and, next year and the year after, the value of those just increases exponentially and, hey, we could end up with an Arch Manning if he turns out to be anything good, There's a couple of guys that could be real big deals in 2026. In fact, that class looking slightly better than the 25 one currently. 2 players from the waivers that were asked to pick up. Chris was asking about Sean Tucker picking him up the waivers. I think Nomad must have got there before us, Chris, because he's picked him up already. I must have missed that one, sadly. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, on the other hand, he is available. So we can make a waiver claim for him. We have 2 empty slots on our roster, which is great. Let's put the bid in. DTR, hopefully coming to a team near you soon. Thanks to Cheesehead for that comment. And also, thanks to Cheesehead for a great idea of putting the numbers of the episode in the title of the videos. I've done that. So you can see this is episode 11. And yeah, just go back and check the others. It will say what episode number it is. Great idea. Thank you for that. Good. And that brings us to the end of the video. And thank you once again, everybody, for following along. If you've not already made it this far, hitting that like and that subscribe button. And hey, leaving a comment. Thank you so much. Got loads of new people making comments last time, which was really, really good to see. Like Mark Smith making loads of comments in there about the 201. That was good to see as well. What could we do with that 201? Should we wait until after the draft? Love seeing new comments from new people. So if you're a regular watcher of this and you haven't left a comment yet, hey, be brave. Let's see what you've got. The more people we get involved here, the more chance we have of rebuilding the team. And if you've not subscribed up yet, that always really, really helps. It looks unlikely that we'll meet our 600 by the end of the April target, but who knows? If you're ever going to subscribe, do it now if you've made it this far. Also, sign-off line. Got 2 of you responding. Matt and Cheesehead both responding. Matt was saying we should do something along the lines of, could this be the last day of this being the worst team ever? Cheesehead was saying something along the lines of, greatness isn't born, it's built. Love both of those. So We maybe kind of combine those with the sign-off line. How about this? Let me know if you like this. How about this? You ready? How about cue dramatic music? Today might just be the last day of this being the worst team ever. And until next time, remember, greatness isn't born, it's built.